Ever feel like airlines are playing a game you never agreed to? You buy a ticket, you think you've got everything figured out, and suddenly, bam, you're hit with surprise fees, confusing rules, and a whole lot of waiting around. It's almost like they've designed the system to keep you one step behind while they quietly collect billions. Well, they have. Airlines are masters of psychology, pricing strategies, and sneaky little tricks that most passengers never notice. But here's the fun part. Once you know how the system works, you can start flipping it in your favor. Today, I'm breaking down 12 hidden flight tricks airlines don't exactly want you to know about. These aren't your usual bring a neck pillow travel tips. These are insider moves that save real money, real time, and maybe even your sanity. And trust me, you'll want to stick around for trick number 11. It's a legal loophole that works every single time, and it could save you hundreds of dollars a year. All right, let's get into it. Trick number 1, the airport pickup fee loophole. Let's start before you even leave the airport. If you've ever ordered an Uber or Lyft at arrivals, you might have noticed something sneaky. Your ride suddenly costs more. That's because most airports tack on a little something called an airport pickup fee. It's not huge on its own, usually between $4 and $15 depending on the airport. But when you're already dealing with surge pricing, it stings. Now here's the loophole. Almost every major airport has nearby hotels, Marriott, Holiday Inn, Best Western, that run free shuttles to and from the terminals. And here's the kicker. No one checks if you're actually staying there. So instead of paying that pickup surcharge, you just hop on a hotel shuttle, ride it a mile or two to the hotel, and then order your Uber from there. No extra fee, no waiting in a chaotic garage zone, and often a quicker pickup since drivers prefer hotel lobbies over airport traffic. I once landed at LAX after a long international flight. Instead of dragging my luggage through the Uber maze, I walked straight onto a hotel shuttle, ordered my ride from their lobby, and was on my way in 2 minutes flat. The price difference? About $12. Not bad for literally zero effort. Multiply that trick across multiple trips a year, and suddenly you've got an extra couple $100 in your pocket. Trick number 2, free security reservations. Now let's talk about the single most soul-crushing part of the airport, security. You know the scene. You're half asleep, clutching your boarding pass, shuffling forward one shoe at a time, and questioning every life choice that led you to this line. But what if I told you there's a free way to skip it, without TSA pre-check, without global entry, and without a single upgrade? It's called reserve security or sometimes express lane. Here's how it works. The night before your flight, go to your airport's website. If they offer this service, you can pick a 15-minute time window, say 9:15 to 9:30 a.m., and you'll get a QR code. When you arrive, instead of joining the cattle line, you head to a special lane, scan your code, and walk straight through. Airports like Seattle, Orlando, London Heathrow, and Amsterdam already use it, and more are joining all the time. The wild part? Almost nobody uses it. Why? Because they don't advertise it. If everybody knew, it wouldn't work anymore. I tried this at Heathrow last year. Security line looked like Disneyland on a summer day, but with more frowns. I flashed my little QR code, strolled past 200 grumpy travelers, and was through in 5 minutes flat. That's coffee time I didn't think I'd get. So before your next flight, Google reserve security plus your airport. If it's available, use it. You'll feel like you just hacked the matrix. Trick number 3, always go left. Here's a tiny trick that sounds like nothing until you try it. When most people walk into the security area, what do? They drift right. It's instinctive, especially in right-handed countries like the US. Over 85% of people are right-handed, so without even thinking, the majority of travelers shuffle right and clog those lanes. But here's what seasoned flyers know. Go left. The leftmost lanes are almost always shorter, faster, and less chaotic. And if you're willing to walk a little farther, sometimes the lanes tucked behind corners or at the far end are completely empty. I learned this at LAX the hard way. I followed the herd one morning and waited 20 miserable minutes in line. The guy behind me paused, looked around, veered left, and was sipping coffee at the gate before I even got my shoes back on. Since then, I always scan the whole room, take the road less traveled, and save myself a chunk of time. One tiny move, big payoff. Trick number 4, tag your bag yourself. Let's talk about baggage. If you've ever stood at the carousel watching everyone else's suitcase roll by while yours is nowhere to be found, you know the panic. Airlines lose or delay millions of bags every year, and their tracking systems, let's just say they're a little outdated. That's why smart travelers don't rely on the airline to track their stuff. They track it themselves. Slip an Apple AirTag or Samsung Smart Tag inside your suitcase. The moment you land, open your phone, and you can literally see where your bag is, in the belly of the plane, stuck in Atlanta, or rolling onto the carousel. I've seen passengers walk up to the airline desk and tell the agent, "My bag's still in Chicago." The staff is shocked because they didn't even know yet. Suddenly, you're not begging for updates. You're handing them information. For $30, that peace of mind is priceless. Trick number 5, the airport trap design. Here's a fun fact. Airports aren't designed for efficiency. They're designed to make you spend. Think about it. The moment you clear security, the flooring changes. Hard tile becomes soft carpet. Why? Because studies show travelers move faster on hard floors, but slow down on carpet. And when you slow down, you linger. And when you linger, you shop. The lighting? Bright and energizing around duty-free stores, dim and cozy near food courts. The smells? That waft of fresh cinnamon rolls? Often pumped in artificially to trigger cravings. Even the confusing layouts. Ever wondered why you're forced to walk through rows of expensive cologne and whiskey just to reach your gate? That's not poor planning. That's funneling. Airports are basically giant psychological playgrounds designed to get you to spend money while you wait. Now, once you notice it, you can't unsee it. So the next time you're tempted by an overpriced snack or a limited-time duty-free deal, stop and ask yourself, am I really hungry or am I just being played? Trick number 6, duty-free isn't always a deal. Speaking of duty-free, let's bust a myth. Duty-free sounds amazing. No tax, airport exclusive, limited time only. But don't let the fancy packaging fool you. A lot of those so-called bargains are actually more expensive than your local store. For example, I once saw a travel-exclusive candy pack that cost more per ounce than the exact same candy at Walmart. Perfumes and liquor? Same story. The packaging is different, the price is higher, and most travelers are too distracted to notice. The smart move? Pull out your phone and scan the barcode. Amazon, Walmart, Target, 30 seconds of searching, and you'll know if it's really a deal. If it is, great. If not, walk away with your wallet intact. Duty-free isn't always a scam, but it's definitely not always a bargain either. Trick number 7, wear your extra luggage. Now let's talk about baggage fees. The billion-dollar goldmine airlines don't want to give up. Here's the loophole. Airlines charge for checked bags, they charge for overweight bags, but they don't charge for what's on your body. Got a carry-on that's about to burst? Put on your bulky jacket. Layer up with hoodies. Slip that second pair of sneakers onto your feet. I once saw a guy bored looking like a walking thrift store. 3 jackets, 2 scarves, and cargo pants stuffed like a filing cabinet. Did anyone stop him? Nope. He walked right on without paying a dime. Once you're on the plane, you just shed the layers. Roll up the jacket as a pillow, drape the hoodie like a blanket, and suddenly you're comfortable and $40 richer. It might look a little silly, but hey, airport fashion is subjective anyway. Trick number 8, don't pick your seat immediately. Airlines are sneaky about seat selection. When you book, you'll often see a warning. Only middle seats available unless you pay extra. And of course, nobody wants the dreaded middle seat, so people panic and shell out $20, $40, even $60 just to upgrade to what's basically a normal aisle seat. Here's the secret. Don't pick right away. As your flight gets closer, airlines often release those unavailable seats for free at check-in. I've seen flights where all the good seats were sold out, only for half of them to magically appear for free 24 hours before takeoff. So unless you're desperate for a specific spot, play the waiting game. You'll often score a perfectly fine seat without paying a penny extra. Trick number 9, clear your cookies before searching. Ever notice how flight prices seem to rise the more you search for the same route? You're not imagining it. Airlines and booking sites use cookies to track your searches. The more times you check, the more urgency they create, nudging you into booking before the price goes up again. The fix is simple. Search in incognito mode, clear your cookies, or even switch devices. Better yet, use flight comparison tools like Google Flights or Skyscanner, which give you transparent pricing trends. Think of it like poker. You don't want the airline to know you're desperate. Trick number 10, split your ticket. Round trips aren't always the cheapest. Sometimes it's far cheaper to book two one-way tickets, even on different airlines. For example, fly Delta on the way there, United on the way back. You might save $100 or more just by mixing and matching. And if you really want to play the game, there's hidden city ticketing. That's where you book a longer flight with a layover in the city you actually want, then just get off at the layover. For example, instead of booking a direct ticket to Chicago, you book a cheaper flight to Milwaukee that connects through Chicago, and you just don't get on the second leg. Websites like SkipLag specialize in finding these loopholes. Airlines hate it, but it's not illegal. Just don't check a bag, because your luggage will go to the final destination, not your stop. Trick number 11, the 24-hour cancellation rule. This one is pure gold. By U.S. law, any flight booked directly with the airline can be canceled or changed within 24 hours, completely free. Doesn't matter if it's basic, economy, or first class. So if you find a great deal but you're not 100% sure, go ahead and book it. Lock it in. Then within 24 hours, you can cancel with no penalty if your plans change or if you find something cheaper. Most airlines don't advertise this because, well, why would they? But it's one of the most powerful tools you have as a passenger. Use it. Trick number 12, don't rush the boarding line. Here's the last one, and it's as much about sanity as it is about strategy. Airlines want you to crowd the gate. They call groups early, they make announcements, they create this artificial urgency so everyone lines up like cattle. But unless you desperately need overhead bin space, there's no benefit to rushing the line. In fact, hanging back often makes the experience smoother. You avoid the elbow wars, you stroll on when things have calmed down, and sometimes, if the flight is oversold, late boarders actually get bumped into better seats. So next time you hear, "Now boarding group 8, take a breath. Finish your coffee. Walk on like a boss." And there you have it. 12 hidden tricks airlines don't exactly want you knowing about. From hacking your Uber pickup to skipping security lines, from dodging bogus seat fees to legally canceling flights for free, these small moves add up. Traveling doesn't have to feel like a rigged game. Are you about to hop on a flight? Hold on. Don't buckle that seatbelt just yet, because today we're diving into the things airlines would really prefer you didn't know. These flight secrets can save you cash, protect your health, and even keep you out of some seriously gross situations. And hey, if you're new here, welcome to Boardafly, your co-pilot for smart travel hacks and flying tips. Smash that subscribe button so you never miss the stuff airlines won't tell you. All right, let's roll. Flight secret number 1, the oxygen mask plot twist. You've seen the demo 100 times. Oxygen masks drop, you put it on, you breathe easy. But here's the kicker. Those masks, they only give you about 12 to 15 minutes of oxygen. That's it. Sounds terrifying, right? But don't freak out. That's usually enough time for the pilot to drop the plane down to an altitude where breathing is safe again. So if the masks ever fall, don't sit there wondering what's happening. Strap that thing on immediately. Hypoxia hits faster than you think, and you won't even realize you're blacking out. Flight secret number 2, why flight attendants avoid coffee and tea. Quick question, ever seen your flight attendant sipping coffee or tea mid-flight? Probably not. That's because the hot water for those drinks doesn't come from bottled sources. Nope. It's pumped straight from the plane's onboard tanks. And let's just say, those tanks aren't exactly getting spa treatments every week. Yup, bacteria playground. That's why many flight attendants pack their own drinks. Do yourself a favor. Stick to bottled water, soda, or juice. Leave the sky tea to the brave souls. Flight secret number 3, the bathroom timing cheat code. Pro tip: airplane bathrooms are a nightmare at the wrong time. When you first board, they've had a quick wipe down at best. By landing, they've been wrecked by dozens of passengers. So when should you go? Mid-flight. That's when things calm down and cleanliness is still somewhat under control. On long flights, hit the restroom before boarding, and no matter what, always bring hand sanitizer. Trust me, those door handles have seen things. Flight secret number 4, the tray table horror show. That little fold-down tray looks innocent, but it's basically a germ festival. People eat on it, sneeze on it, some even change diapers on it. I wish I was kidding. Studies show tray tables have more bacteria than the bathroom flush button. Yup, so if you're planning to snack or nap there, wipe it down first, or better yet, avoid it. Flight secret number 5, keep those shoes on. I get it. You want to relax, kick your shoes off, feel comfy. But here's the deal. Airplane floors, not clean. Think spilled coffee, crumbs, maybe even, let's just say, mystery fluids. Add turbulence or a bathroom dash, and suddenly your bare feet are having the worst adventure of their lives. Oh, and if there's an emergency evacuation, you'll need shoes. Keep them on. Flight secret number 6, why the lights really dim. Ever wondered why the cabin lights go dark during takeoff and landing? It's not just to set the vibe. Nope, it's safety. If there's an emergency, your eyes are already adjusted to the dark. That makes spotting glowing floor strips and exit signs way easier. So next time the lights dim, know that it's not romance. It's readiness. Flight secret number 7, don't nap on the window. That window seat looks perfect for a nap, right? Wrong. Those surfaces are rarely cleaned, and who knows how many hands, heads, and who knows what else pressed against it before you. Bring a neck pillow, or at least throw a hoodie or scarf between you and the glass. Trust me, your skin will thank you. Flight secret number 8, the magical overhead air vent. That little nozzle above your head, it's not just about comfort, it's about survival. Point it right in front of your face, and boom, instant germ shield. Doctors actually recommend keeping it on the whole flight. Pair that with a mask, and you're practically a force field against plane plague. Flight secret number 9, blankets and pillows, the ugly truth. See that freshly wrapped blanket? Hate to break it to you. Sometimes it's not so fresh. Used blankets often just get folded up and rebagged. Same with pillows. Want real comfort? Bring your own travel blanket or hoodie, way cleaner. Flight secret number 10, don't trust the seat back pocket. That pocket in front of you seems handy, but oh boy, it's gross. Flight attendants have pulled everything out of there, from dirty diapers to leftover food, and it doesn't get sanitized often. Keep your snacks, phone, and essentials in your own bag instead. Flight secret number 11, the window shade mystery. Ever wonder why they make you raise your window shade during takeoff and landing? It's so crew and passengers can see outside instantly if something's wrong. Plus, it helps your eyes adjust to natural light in case of an evacuation. Simple but smart. Flight secret number 12, flight attendants' secret code. When flight attendants tap the wall or give subtle nods, they're not just being quirky. They're using a whole hidden language to talk to each other. From turbulence warnings to keep an eye on row 12, those signals keep things smooth without scaring passengers. Next time, see if you can spot the secret communication. Flight secret number 13, where to sit if you're nervous. No seat is 100% safe, but crash studies show middle seats in the back have slightly higher survival rates. That said, flying is super safe overall. Still, if it calms your nerves, grab a seat near an exit and listen closely to the safety briefing. Flight secret number 14, Why the Mile High Club is basically impossible. Thinking of sneaking into the bathroom for adventure? Forget it. Those lavs are tiny, and the smoke detectors, super sensitive. Some are wired right to the cockpit. Mess with them, and you're in serious trouble. Better save those stunts for the hotel. Flight secret number 15, turbulence isn't the villain. Here's the truth. Turbulence feels scary, but planes are built to handle it. Pilots often know it's coming and adjust. The real danger? Passengers not wearing seat belts. Every year, people get injured because they ignored that tiny little buckle. Pro tip, keep it fastened whenever you're seated, even if the light's off. Flight secret number 16, contact lenses plus dry air equals bad combo. Cabin air is drier than a desert, which means contact lenses dry out fast. If you nap in them, you're waking up with sandpaper eyes. Veteran travelers swap lenses for glasses or use moisturizing drops. Your eyeballs will thank you. Flight secret number 17, eat smart before you fly. Big meal before boarding? Bad idea. Digestion slows at altitude, which means bloating, cramps, and discomfort. Go light, avoid fizzy drinks, and keep salty foods to a minimum. Bring healthy snacks in case the airplane mystery meal isn't doing it for you. Flight secret number 18, pilot speak. Decoded. Ever notice pilots say things like, slight turbulence, or just a bit of paperwork? That's code. Slight could mean, hold on to your snacks. And paperwork? Yeah, that could be a mechanical issue. They're trained to keep things chill so passengers don't panic. So next time you hear pilots speak, listen carefully. Flight secret number 19, how cabin pressure messes with your body. At cruising altitude, your body feels like it's on a mountain 6,000 to 8,000 feet high. Oxygen levels drop, circulation slows, and gas in your body expands. Hello, bloating. Stay ahead by drinking water, skipping alcohol, and stretching often. Flight secret number 20, don't trust in-flight Wi-Fi. Airborne Wi-Fi sounds cool, but it's usually slow, expensive, and cuts out over oceans. Oh, and it's not exactly secure. Download your movies and music before flying and avoid logging into sensitive accounts. Save the Netflix binge for offline mode. And there you go. 20 flight secrets that the airlines would love to keep under wraps. Imagine stepping onto a plane and realizing that nearly every other passenger is struggling with the same little annoyances you've faced on countless trips. The middle seat that seems impossible to survive. The crying child who gets preferential treatment, or the seatbelt that never quite fits comfortably. Now imagine having the inside knowledge to navigate all of it effortlessly, saving yourself time, stress, and even money. Today I'm going to share 15 flight secrets that most travelers never hear about. The perks, hacks, and insider knowledge that airlines don't advertise. Whether you're flying with kids, traveling as a senior, or simply want a smoother journey, these are the strategies that make you feel like you've unlocked a secret world of air travel. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to fly smarter, more comfortably, and with confidence. Air travel is a world built on rules, routines, and a few carefully guarded secrets. Most of us assume that what we see is all that exists. The seats we get, the meals served, the boarding process, but every flight holds hidden opportunities, things that airline staff know and that regular passengers almost never notice. Some of these secrets exist to make the system more efficient. Others are little perks designed to keep travelers happy or occasionally to maximize airline profits without you noticing. Knowing them changes the game. Let's start with the first secret, something seniors and families especially appreciate. Early seat selection isn't always about paying extra. Everyone thinks paying for seat selection is unavoidable, but airlines often hold back a certain number of premium seats for families, seniors, or passengers with accessibility needs. This isn't just a courtesy, it's often a legal or policy-based accommodation. If you call ahead and mention your needs, you can secure better seats without paying a cent. Families traveling with children under 12, for example, are often entitled to sit together, even if the system initially splits them. Seniors who need a seat near the front or near the restroom can request it and sometimes get aisle or extra legroom seats without the upcharge. Tip: always call the airline after booking, clearly explaining your situation. Use words like family seating request or senior accessibility need. It works more often than online systems will let you think. You don't have to wait in line at check-in. Lines at the airport can be exhausting, especially with children or mobility issues. Many people don't realize that airlines allow pre-check-in assistance for seniors and families. Even if you're flying economy, you can often be flagged for a special line, sometimes called a priority lane, just by notifying the agent at check-in or during online check-in. Pro tip: arrive a little earlier and politely ask for family assistance or senior check-in support. You might be directed to a short line or even have staff escort you directly to baggage drop. A few minutes saved feels like a luxury at the airport. Carry-on surprises. It's not just size that matters. Everyone knows there's a carry-on size limit, but airlines sometimes allow extra flexibility for seniors with mobility aids or families with small children. You can often bring a collapsible stroller, diaper bag, and personal item without being charged. Even better, agents sometimes allow priority boarding for passengers carrying multiple necessary items. Pro tip: at the gate, clearly show staff that you have essential items for children or personal medical devices. A simple statement like, "I need to bring these on board for my child for mobility reasons," often gets you early boarding, avoiding the scramble for overhead space. Free upgrades happen. You just have to ask. Upgrades aren't just for the rich or elite frequent flyers. Airlines occasionally have unclaimed premium seats and will give them to passengers who ask politely, especially families or seniors traveling alone. This is more likely midweek or on flights that aren't fully booked. Pro tip: approach the gate agent with a confident but friendly tone. Mention if you have any special needs or celebrations and ask them, are there any seats available for an upgrade? Timing is key. Arrive at the gate early, but not so early that staff are overwhelmed. Snack smarter. Meals aren't the only way to eat. Did you know that even on economy flights, airlines often have leftover snacks or meals that never make it to the cart? Seniors, families, and anyone flying midweek or on less crowded flights can sometimes request these without paying extra. Pro tip: ask the flight attendant politely for any available snacks or meal extras. Many attendants will quietly offer fruit packs, extra sandwiches, or drinks if you frame it as a need for a child or senior passenger. It's not guaranteed, but the odds are better than you think. Boarding isn't random. You can influence it. Most people believe boarding is strictly first come, first serve. In reality, gate agents have flexibility to board passengers based on need. Seniors, families with young children, and passengers with medical requirements often get early boarding, even if you didn't pay for priority boarding. Pro tip: when the gate agent asks, simply state your need clearly. I'm traveling with young children, or I need a little extra time to get settled because of mobility issues. Being polite and clear often moves you to the front of the line. Hidden storage isn't just overhead. Many travelers panic about overhead bin space, but airlines often have empty storage areas at the front or near exits that aren't immediately obvious. Seniors and families traveling with extra items can ask a flight attendant for help storing a stroller, car seat, or large bag. Pro tip: upon boarding, locate a crew member and ask where extra storage might be available. You'll often be guided to a little-used space, keeping your items safe and freeing up overhead room for everyone else. The seatbelt extender hack is this one is especially relevant for seniors or passengers who need a little more comfort. Airlines provide seatbelt extenders on request, and some people don't realize you can ask for one discreetly at any time during boarding. Tip: simply ask, "Could I have a seatbelt extender, please?" It's quick, free, and can make a huge difference on longer flights. Strategic timing for restroom access. Long lines at airplane restrooms are a common stressor, especially for families with young children or older travelers. Flight attendants often let certain passengers use smaller or crew access restrooms when the main line is long. Tip: politely explain your situation and ask if there's a nearby restroom option. Crew members are trained to accommodate passengers with mobility or health needs, and a simple request can save a lot of waiting. In-flight entertainment isn't always fixed. On many flights, the entertainment system is locked into a preset seat assignment, but flight attendants sometimes have hidden access to reset screens or unlock features for passengers who have difficulty navigating them, especially seniors who aren't tech-savvy or families with small kids struggling with headphones. Tip: ask the crew if your screen is functioning correctly or if they can help adjust it. They can often swap devices, fix frozen screens, or provide headphones. Free Wi-Fi perks exist if you know where to look. Many airlines have partnerships with credit cards, loyalty programs, or onboard purchases that provide free Wi-Fi to families and seniors. Even if the screen prompts you to pay, a simple inquiry can reveal a complimentary access option. Tip: before you buy, ask, are there any complimentary Wi-Fi codes available for senior or family passengers? You might be surprised at the generosity. Travel insurance isn't always sold at check-in. A lot of travelers assume the only way to protect their flight is through expensive add-ons during booking. Many airlines actually include basic coverage for seniors and families as part of the ticket, but it goes unnoticed. Tip: check your itinerary and boarding pass for any embedded coverage, or politely ask the agent at check-in what's included. It could cover delays, medical assistance, or even lost baggage. The magic of the empty row. Nothing improves a flight like an empty row. But did you know that flight attendants often allow passengers to shift if a row is vacant, especially families with kids who need extra space or seniors who want to stretch out? Tip: once the seatbelt sign is off, politely ask if moving to an empty row is allowed. Some crews even quietly direct you to it if they see a chance to improve comfort. Wheelchair and stroller assistance is more flexible than you think. Airlines often advertise mobility or stroller assistance, but many travelers don't realize they can request this even last minute. Staff can meet you curbside, help with carry-ons, and ensure your family or senior party gets safely to the gate. Tip: call the airline 24 to 48 hours before departure and again at check-in. Repeating the request ensures you're flagged in the system and that no one forgets your needs. The ultimate secret: confidence is your ticket. Here's the overarching truth that binds all of these secrets together. Airline staff are trained to accommodate, help, and improve the journey for travelers who ask politely and confidently. Nearly every perk in air travel exists but is hidden behind the assumption that passengers won't request it. Families, seniors, and anyone paying attention can access it, but only if they speak up. Tip: use polite, specific language and always explain why you need the accommodation. Confidence doesn't mean entitlement. It means knowing your rights and needs and asserting them calmly. Now, if you love uncovering hidden travel perks like these, make sure you're subscribed to Boardifly, because this channel is built for travelers who want to fly smarter, not just cheaper. You'll get insider tips, hacks, and guidance on how to make every flight smoother, safer, and more comfortable. Flying doesn't have to be stressful. Think back to the first image I painted: boarding with dread, worrying about seats, crying children, or limited space. With these 15 secrets in hand, you can transform that anxiety into ease. Remember the master key phrase for travel success: I can ask for what I need, and it's okay to claim what's rightfully available. Use it when calling the airline, checking in, or speaking with a flight attendant. Recap quickly. Call ahead for seat requests, use priority lines for check-in, know the carry-on allowances and storage options. Ask politely about upgrades, snacks, empty rows, and extra comfort items. Don't underestimate in-flight assistance, entertainment, Wi-Fi, or insurance perks. And most importantly, remember that confidence is your ticket. Speak up, ask clearly, and enjoy the journey. You'll be surprised at what's possible. So now I want to hear from you. Let me tell you something that most airlines would never publicly admit. Passengers think flight attendants hate dealing with turbulence, drink requests, crying babies. But honestly, those aren't the real triggers. The real frustration, the thing that makes flight attendants silently sigh, reset their smile, and mentally brace, is when passengers do certain behaviors they think are harmless. Yet every crew member hates them. Not because flight attendants are unfriendly, not because they don't care, but because those small actions disrupt safety, slow down the cabin, create stress nobody sees, and, this might surprise you, can even get your perks downgraded instantly. Yeah, today I'm pulling back the curtain as if you're sitting in a jump seat beside me, so you understand exactly what flight attendants really wish passengers wouldn't do. And more importantly, how knowing this can make your next flight smoother, calmer, and yes, even get you treated better on board. Because the quiet truth is this: the passengers who understand how flight attendants think get extra help, extra attention, and extra grace. It's not favoritism, it's human behavior. By the end of this video, you'll know the behaviors that instantly put you in the passenger we love helping category instead of the passenger we need to manage group. Ready? Let's start right where most problems begin. 1. Boarding with chaos energy. There's a moment every flight attendant dreads. Boarding begins and one passenger enters like they're moving into a new apartment. Rolling bag, backpack, shopping bags, a pillow, a jacket, a food bag. A second bag hidden under the jacket like it won't count. What passengers don't realize, boarding is the most stressful phase of the flight. Everyone is tired, everyone is waiting, and flight attendants have one mission: get everyone seated so the flight leaves on time. When someone blocks the aisle digging for headphones, repacking a bag, or adjusting 10 layers of clothing, it's like pulling the emergency brake on the entire operation. You know what we silently love? The passenger who walks on, bag up, step aside, sit, calm, efficient, done. Pro tip: before boarding, already have your personal items out in your carry-on position for a smooth lift. You look organized, you move faster, and instantly build goodwill before wheels even leave the ground. And trust me, flight attendants remember who made boarding easy. 2. Handing us trash. During boarding, every flight attendant knows it's coming. That one passenger who boards holding a half-empty Starbucks and immediately tries handing it off. Can you throw this away? At this moment, even the nicest crew member is screaming internally. Why? Because boarding is not trash collection time. We're not yet set up. Bins aren't open, hands are full, and we're managing boarding logistics, safety briefing prep, wheelchair coordination, and connecting passenger issues simultaneously. Want to start the flight like a VIP? Keep trash until we announce the collection, or ask politely when we are able to take it. Tiny courtesy, huge impression. 3. Treating us like waiters. I'll take a Diet Coke. Actually, wait, what drinks do you have? Can I get extra ice? And make it quick. Flight attendants don't hate serving drinks. We enjoy it. What we hate is being spoken to like we're restaurant staff with unlimited time and no other duties. Behind that beverage service are safety checks, equipment checks, medical readiness, communications with pilots, and dozens of tasks you'll never see. Here's the magic phrase every crew member loves. When you get a chance, say it, and suddenly we feel respected, not commanded, and in return, you'll feel the warmth. 4. Ringing the call button unnecessarily. There's a very specific feeling flight attendants get hearing the ding of the call button at the wrong moment, especially right after takeoff, during turbulence, or while serving someone else. Is it for water? A blanket? To ask what country we're flying over? We want to help, man. But the call button is for urgent needs or when we're not actively in the aisle. If it's not urgent, simply wait. Or better yet, catch our attention when we're nearby with a gentle hand, raise and smile. That move, quietly elite. 5. Touching flight attendants to get attention. This one is universal in aviation: do not touch. Crew, no tapping arms, no poking shoulders, and no grabbing. It's startling, it's inappropriate, and yes, everyone hates it. Say excuse me or wait for eye contact. Respect equals better service. Simple. 6. Standing immediately when we reach cruising altitude. We know you've been holding it since the gate, but the second we reach altitude is when we're preparing the cabin, heating meals, and cannot have crowds near the galley or lavatories. The moment the seatbelt sign goes off, That bathroom line sprint? We expect it. But before that, stay seated. The passengers who wait patiently get appreciated and noticed. 7. Trying to sneak seat upgrades. We can always tell when someone sits themselves in an empty premium seat during boarding, pretending it's theirs. Always, and it puts the crew in an awkward spot. We don't love policing seats, but we also can't let people self-upgrade. Want a better seat? Ask kindly before doors close. Are there any open seats later in the cabin I could move to after takeoff? Polite, respectful, and trust me, that tone gets rewarded often. 8. Lying about medical situations to switch seats. Some travelers say they have a medical condition because they want an empty seat next to them. We can tell. We handle real emergencies. We know the difference. Be honest. Say you'd appreciate space if possible. You'd be surprised. Genuine courtesy gets better results than manipulation ever does. 9. Messing with the crew during safety announcements. Joking, talking loudly, eye-rolling, pretending it's silly. Safety briefings aren't theater. They're life-saving protocols. We don't need applause, just respect. The passengers who watch, who make eye contact, we remember you. And in emergencies, those are the faces we prioritize. 10. Holding trash until it's on the meal trays. You know what slows down service more than anything? Passengers stacking used napkins, cups, wrappers, and half-eaten food on their tray, waiting for us to collect everything at once. It creates clutter, spills, and delays. Help us help you. Hand trash as we pass by. One quick motion. Effortless teamwork. That's how you become a favorite in your row. 11. Asking for items that aren't on board. I'd like sparkling water with lime, please. Do you have almond milk? Can I get a vegan, gluten-free, low-sugar snack with no peanuts? We wish the galley was a Michelin kitchen. It isn't. If you have dietary needs, bring your own items. The passengers who pack smart snacks always win the travel experience game. 12. Getting between us and safety equipment. When carts are rolling, when action is happening, please don't squeeze past us to get to the lavatory. We're not blocking you because we want to. We're doing critical tasks, often under time pressure. If we say, please wait, trust us, it's for safe operation, and the polite nod you give in return, it lands every time. Quick pause here, because if you're the kind of traveler who appreciates knowing the rules, flight attendants never say out loud, then you belong here. Boardifly is for passengers who don't just fly, they fly smarter. So if you're enjoying this insider breakdown, make sure you're subscribed. It's free, and every week you learn something airlines quietly hope you never figure out. Now, back to the things flight attendants secretly hate. And trust me, the last few are where it gets really revealing. 13. Rushing flight attendants during turbulence. When the plane bumps and we're still serving, passengers sometimes whisper, "Hurry before it gets worse." Turbulence isn't a timer. It's a warning. If we stop service and take seats, it's not dramatic. It's protocol. We don't take risks for convenience. And the passengers who stay calm and patient? Gold star behavior. 14. Treating headphones like a social shield. We approach to offer drinks, food, immigration forms, and headphones stay glued on. We stand waiting. We wave. We say, "Excuse me," still nothing. Headphones off equals respect. We don't need conversation. We just need acknowledgement. You make our job smoother, and you get smoother service. 15. Thinking we don't notice kindness. You want to know the one thing flight attendants secretly love more than anything? Someone who sees us as humans, not service robots. The passenger who says, "Thank you for working today," or gives a short smile when boarding, or shows patience when things aren't perfect. That person gets everything. Grace, extra care, and if supplies allow, little perks. Because here's the truth airlines won't put in a press release. Kind passengers get better flights. Not because it's policy, but because kindness is rare, and humans respond to it. You don't need gifts, just genuine humanity. Flight attendants don't forget kindness, ever. So here's the mission you'll board with from now on. Move with calm, ask with courtesy, treat crew like partners, not staff, because every flight is a shared space. And the passengers who understand the flow get treated like VIPs without ever needing a loyalty card. And when you remember one thing, make it this. Air travel feels better when everyone plays their part, and the quiet travelers win. You now know the secrets. Not to manipulate, but to elevate your flying experience forever. Quick recap. The best moments to shine on a flight: boarding efficiently, respecting safety time, being patient during service, using polite phrasing, showing genuine appreciation. These small moves don't just avoid being that passenger, they put you in the category flight attendants quietly adore. Before you go, I want to hear from you. What's the best or worst behavior you've ever seen from a passenger on a flight? Drop it in the comments. I read everyone. Make sure you're subscribed to Board a Fly for weekly insider travel intelligence airlines don't hand out freely. Until next time, fly smarter.